Welcome.
So first order of business, the approval of the May meeting minutes. Did everyone get a chance a long time ago to take a look at that?
Hey. Yes.
Yep.
Do I have a motion to approve?
I make the motion.
I'll
Thank you,
second it.
Maria. Thank you very much. Meeting minutes approved.
Okay.
That was quick and easy. Next thing on the agenda, and this is going to be a short meeting today, is the High Pond Estate presentation. I was going to go into what everyone's going to do, but the first thing I just wanted to bring to everyone's attention, if you look at the bottom of the second thing, is that I'm on vacation
I
that week,
know.
I realized.
Yeah.
And I will be in Newport for the whole week.
Mm-hmm.
And unless somebody wants to do the discussion about past, present, and future Disability Commission projects, maybe we would move the meeting till the next month. So what does everyone think?
Move the meeting to the
Move the
next.
I knew you were going to say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
All
Does
right,
everyone else agree?
I'll
Karen?
contact them. I was going to write a blurb today to send for them to put in for their August newsletter, but I will contact the gentleman and see if we can get on October.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
hoping he hasn't advertised it already.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, we haven't even hit August yet, so hopefully we're still good.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
But
So
I noticed that a few days ago, and I figured you'd probably want to change it to the next month.
so most likely it would be, oh, I don't know if I'll be around.
Mhm.
I don't know. I can't remember. I'm supposed to go to Canada sometime in September. I
Well,
don't
let
know if
me
we
ask
leave.
you this. So I will be around in October.
right.
I usually do the, projects that
Right.
we're working on. Usually Lorraine does the mission statement. Do you think you'll probably be around, Lorraine?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, there's two.
Okay. Well,
Gloria and Estelle, what do you think?
I don't usually do those. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you talking October now?
I'm
yeah,
talking October.
That'll be fine.
I'm assuming it's going to be October 7th, and I just can't remember what day we're leaving. We're either leaving, I think we're leaving on a Thursday, so I might be here, but
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll ask them for October 7th and see what they have.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Now,
then if
if,
not, why don't we just defer it to the spring? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Just
Yeah.
do
It's
that.
not that
Yeah.
important that.
Yeah.
it has
It's
to be
just
done.
an informational type of
Right.
So,
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that sounds good. And thank you, Karen. And sorry to change
Mhm.
it at kind of a last minute, but I didn't want anyone to get stuck having to do the presentation.
Thank you,
I
David.
wasn't going to do it.
No.
So yesterday I sent out, I actually did a walk through Bridgewater.
I
And
saw
what
that.
I did is I walked, and it was a nice day. I walked up Broad Street to the Roach Brothers Plaza. I walked up one side of Broad Street and back on the other, past the work they're doing where Friendlies used to be. And that thing's gigantic over there, by the way.
I know.
I
Horrible.
walked around the green downtown. I walked past the library. I
Good.
walked in front of the Academy building. Then I came back the other way. Then I walked up past CVS and then came back on the other side of the road and returned to my car, which was way down towards the laundromat up there. I took a million pictures, which I will submit to Josh.
Mhm.
The biggest thing I noticed about downtown, and we talked about doing the walk and reviewing the sidewalks and all for quite a long time. But what I noticed in general was that the crosswalks are very faded and worn looking. They don't stick out very much at all. In some areas, they're just totally faded. So I would say that was the number one concern I would have for the whole downtown area. The worst and the most cracked sidewalk, believe it or not, was in front of the Academy building,
Wow.
which I would have thought that would be among the best sidewalks, but that was probably about the worst.
Mhm.
There was a hole in the sidewalk right in front of the driveway to the Bridgewater Trophy Shop. There was damaged sidewalks at the corner of the crosswalk at the corner of the BSU campus. The sidewalk near Lucky Star Gas was terrible in general.
Mhm.
And the sidewalk at the crosswalk at the, if you remember the bakery at the very corner downtown, the bakery went out of business.
Right.
Yeah.
But that area is very rough also. What I did right after that, though, as negative as the report may sound,
Mhm.
the majority of the downtown sidewalks were in passable shape, and some of the parts were very good. So I didn't think it was dire, but there were some areas that were rough. I will send those pictures to Josh by tomorrow. And I found that the crosswalks were the biggest issue of all.
Okay.
What I was planning to do, if we want to do this, and you can share your opinion with me today, I will be happy to walk like Spring Street and, a little bit further towards Waterford Village, which is in front of the University Hall, maybe in the next time or the next two times, and kind of get more updates, because we've been talking about this for quite a while, but not quite got to it. But I thought it was pretty easy to do. Pictures are pretty easy, and we just get a general feel for, the downtown area if we go for a couple more times.
Mhm.
I
So
think
does
the
everyone
Waterford,
think that, oh, go
yeah, I
on.
think the Waterford Village walk might be important because that's where some of the people were complaining about.
I agree.
I remember Jackie,
Yes.
she
Yes.
passed away. That
Right.
was one of
Yeah.
her
Passed
biggest
away.
complaints.
Yeah.
Right. And then you know what? I mean, you're right there near the university, so that there's a lot of kids that use that whole area also for the sidewalk. So
True.
I can make
Yep.
that for the the August meeting.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can check that area out.
I will say that the college has done some painting of their crosswalks, right by the train station, by Waterford Village, and a couple of theirs, I think the ones that are closest to the college, they were out there this past week doing painting.
I noticed that too. I didn't get that far this time, but I did
Yeah.
notice them doing that.
But David,
Yes.
real quickly, I was able to attend, the town manager actually had a session over at the senior center
Yes.
last week. And he basically updated everybody with some of the grants that came in or some of the money or whatever. He said there was money that was received that will be allocated towards the line painting and striping of the downtown area, Central Square. And
Mhm.
those will be taken care of. They're talking about doing more effective flashing lights for the crosswalks and things of that nature. I did tell him, I said, it's a nightmare for all of us
Mhm.
when we enter Central Square. And what I do now is I know there's actually two lanes. I just go in between the furthest to the left and the middle or whatever, because the cars that are parked, at an angle, or whatever, and there's large vehicles, trucks, you've got to butt out, go over to the left anyways to try to get around them. And then you have somebody trying to, hit you on the left side. So I basically just go right in the middle. I know a lot of other people are doing that now
Mhm.
because there isn't any room. There's no striping or anything. So I did address that to the town manager too, when he opened it up for questions. But it sounds like, they are aware of the issues and they're going to be doing at least some of that. And I don't know where we're at with the crosswalks. I don't recall if he mentioned crosswalks.
He
Whatever, as far
mentioned
as
just
repairing.
one, Lorraine, remember? He said there'll be one right there.
Yeah, where was that? Oh, there? Okay.
Right there
Yeah.
at Central Square. He said there would definitely be one right there.
Well,
I didn't
I
remember.
took pictures of all the crosswalks
Yeah.
downtown and all around the
Mhm.
green and all over. So I'll send those pictures of the crosswalks along with the comments about the sidewalks
Okay.
specifically, and then it'll be up to town manager Justin and everyone else to see what they can, plan to do at that point. But
Yes.
they don't look sharp and crisp, certainly for a downtown area.
Oh,
You know,
it's
it's
horrible.
interesting walking around downtown. You know how you just drive by quickly, but boy, it looks real seedy from where the bakery was and that
Oh, it
strip
does.
over
Yes,
there
it
was
Good
does.
words.
so
Yeah.
bad.
Between boarded up windows and for rent or for sale, doesn't look good.
But
It
I
doesn't
just
look
cannot
good.
get over how large and enormous it's just out of character that the Friendlies area,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
that apartment, whatever it is, going
Maps.
in, condos, whatever.
77 units.
It's just so out of I don't know. It's
Out
so
of
high. I didn't
character.
realize it was going to be that high, you know?
Yeah, they talk, you know what? They talked about it's either 3 or 4 stories, but when you
Yeah.
actually see it right there, and it comes right to the street part
Right.
of it.
I was
It's so
stunned.
close. Yeah,
Yes, I just saw it. I was stunned. You
ridiculous.
know? God.
You know, and then they didn't bother to take down the horrible former bowling alley, which is the
I
biggest
know.
eyesore. I mean, would you want to live there? It's just
I
like,
know.
you know,
I know. With graffiti and everything. Oh, God. I know it.
not the best decision for the town.
Oh.
The other
Ah.
thing that was kind of interesting as I was walking, you know, the abandoned gas station
I was just,
downtown that's
Yes.
kind of so what they did, and it looks okay from the street a little bit, they put like a nice rock fence
right.
near the street, and then they planted in front of it, and they have lights going up a driveway, but then they still have the gas station there. So I'm not sure what that's about, but the gas station is still the centerpiece of this nice decor, I guess.
And they also have 2 handicap spots I saw in there
They
too.
had handicap spots.
That's
and I was
all I
wondering
had to
what
give
that's
you is
for.
2.
What
That's
is
I
it
went
going
to
to
that
be?
meeting.
What is
I
going to
went
be
to
in the
that
building?
meeting where he explained it, and that's it. 2 handicap spots,
Yeah.
no other parking.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
it.
The only thing I could think, if you take a look around that area, if you go to the right of the gas station, I don't know if it's private or not, but there's almost like a little park.
Right.
It's got a
That-
couple benches.
Yes.
So if you parked your handicap car, over there,
Yeah.
you could walk over, or if you didn't have a handicap thing, you could park across the street, I guess. That was the only thing I could think of because there's nothing else over there.
But I don't understand the purpose of it.
I think they're
don't either.
expanding it into a park type area. That's what I think
But
they're
is the
expanding
building
that park
going-
area.
Is the building going to have a purpose?
I don't
think
know.
there was a purpose, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or is it somebody trying to avoid taxes and, keeping the building and, I don't know.
No, that was the
It's-
town. The town was doing that.
Yeah.
No, but
I didn't keep up with that. I'm not sure what they're doing.
That was over a year ago when they
Yeah.
made those presentations. I don't remember
Yeah.
it.
Just like the town hall, the old town hall. What are we doing with
Mm.
that? So
I put
I
the
don't know.
next thing on the agenda, I put as the winter and summer
Mhm.
storm top updates. I know that, wait, I just got, somebody was all very concerned during the heat, and reached out to me. Now I'm trying to think of her name. Well, anyways,
probably Evie.
what's that?
Was it
Probably
Evie?
Evie.
It
Delusion?
was
Evie.
Evie. Thank you.
yes,
I had
yes,
a
She
senior
was very
moment.
concerned.
yes.
And it was heavy, but then it seemed like it all came together. It seemed like there were spots for people to go during the hot weather. I think it's important as we come into the winter again, that I felt there was a lot of concerns for people that they got stuck in their homes during the big snowstorms with maybe not enough preparation. So maybe it's something we can talk more
Mhm.
about as we get closer to winter. But it seemed
Yeah.
like the summer concerns and the heat all came together. What does everyone else think?
Yes.
I don't know what they did at night, though. That was only until early evening, wasn't
Well,
it?
you're right. You're right. And honestly, I'm not sure either. I can.
I have an idea, David. This is a
What's
thought.
Please.
Talking about that. Why don't we invite either one of the chiefs, the police chief, or Chris, or John Schlatt, fire chief? Why don't we invite one of them or whoever, and ask them, maybe they could give us an update as to what they do regarding preparation.
Homebound.
That's
Why don't we have
wonderful
them be a
idea.
guest?
That's
on
a
one of
wonderful
our
idea,
meetings.
Lorraine.
And we can get it directly from them instead of me contacting Chief Del Monte, then trying to get the information back to us. Maybe we could ask him if he could come on our Zoom, you know?
That would
I'm
make
Great.
sure it
sense.
would.
And then we could share that information with
Yes.
Effie and then other people.
And it's a
from the
recorded
town.
meeting, so everybody would have the information, you
True.
know?
I
So
think that's great. Well,
I can set that
let's
up if
do
you
that.
want. Yeah. I'll
you-
contact the Chief Del Monte and ask him if
Okay.
he'd be willing to. What meeting would you want? Maybe?
Let's see. Why don't we wait till the summer is over? So how about
Yes.
September?
Okay.
And then it gives like a couple months to get ready to have them also.
Yeah, let's do that and gives him enough time to. I will
Good.
ask if he will come to our September meeting and discuss that with us.
Okay. I think that's a
Okay.
wonderful idea.
Yeah.
The last thing I had for this meeting, we talked last time about emotional support in service animals.
Yes.
What were we gonna do with that?
I have some information for you.
Thank you.
Okay, so first of all, what I thought is I know at times the Mass Office on Disability, they do a Zoom regarding disability rights, you know, for assistance with animals. And I don't know when it's coming out, but what I did was I jumped on the Mass Office on Disability. And if you have a minute, I'd like to just read you a couple of quick things, like the definition of the different types of service of animals. I mean, there's a therapy type pet, emotional support, and there's a service one. Okay.
Go for it.
All right. So it says there are state and federal laws providing civil rights protections for people with disabilities who use service animals and emotional support animals. The exact rights and responsibilities depend on what type of animal it is and what the setting is. For this reason, we start by outlining the definition of different types of animals. Then, for each of the main settings, we outline the laws, rights, responsibilities, and relevant processes for service animals and emotional support animals. The Massachusetts Office on Disability focuses on providing disability rights information. We are not an enforcement agency and cannot intervene in disputes. We can discuss how the law applies in a particular situation and what the options could be for resolving a problem or filing a complaint. We do our best to provide neutral information to all sides of these situations. Okay, so first I want to say, they mentioned definitions, disability, and types of animals. Excuse me. There are several different types for animals that help people with disabilities. Inaccuracy or inconsistency in the terms you can use make things more difficult by causing confusion and can raise suspicion and allegations of fraud. We encourage everyone to get clear on the most common meanings of these terms and to try to use them accurately. How is disability defined? When we talk about animals that help a person with a disability, we generally use the definition of disability from the Americans with Disabilities Act. This defines disability broadly as a physical or mental impairment that substantially limits one or more major life activities. Note that many disabilities are not obvious, and an individual may choose to be quite selective about who they mention their disability to. Sometimes an individual will need to indicate that they have a disability in order to assert their disability rights. However, they do not need to discuss their diagnosis. Okay, so what is a service animal? A service animal is a dog, and I found this interesting, or in a rare case, a miniature horse. I had never heard that before.
I didn't know either.
That has been individually trained to do work or perform tasks for a person with a disability. The Massachusetts Service Animal Law limits the definition of service animal to a dog that assists an individual with a sensory and/or physical disability. Federal law allows for a broader definition of service animals under the Americans with Disability Act. Only dogs and miniature horses can be service animals. Examples of service animal tasks include guiding a person who is blind, alerting a person who is deaf, interrupting a compulsive behavior, retrieving objects. The ADA service animal definition includes psychiatric service dogs that are trained to recognize and respond to psychiatric disability symptoms. For example, a dog who is trained to help its owner with post-traumatic stress disorder avoid environmental triggers to the disability symptoms would be considered a psychiatric service animal. It also says the dog must have been trained to take one or more specific actions in response to either a command or some signals that they have sensed. Example, onset of a panic attack. And those actions must directly help with symptoms or limitations associated with a disability. Animals whose sole function is to provide comfort or emotional support are not service animals. Let me jump into that then real quickly. What is an emotional support animal? An emotional support animal, ESA, is an animal that is providing emotional support to a person with a disability just by its presence. ESAs are sometimes referred to as comfort animals or companion animals, but for clarity, we recommend consistent use of the term emotional support animal. An emotional support animal can be any commonly kept domestic animal. Does that mean Leo can be one? My cat?
Oh, Lorraine.
Yep, yep.
Where a medical provider believes there is a disability-related need for an unusual animal, that may be possible. An animal does not need to have been trained to be considered an ESA. However, individuals may find it useful to do socialization training with ESAs that will come into contact with other people as the owner is responsible for their animal's behavior. What does the term assistance animal mean? It can be either a service animal or an emotional support animal. This is a term used particularly in the context of housing. If discussing rules that apply to only one type of animal, we use a specific term for that animal. But where the rules apply to both service animals and emotional animals, we use the term assistance animals. And then I'll get into real quickly, what is a therapy animal? Typically, the term therapy animal is used to mean an animal that has been trained to provide therapeutic emotional support to people other than its owner. Therapy animals can be taken by their owner to provide comfort to others, typically in group settings such as hospitals, nursing homes, schools, and community centers. Therapy animals differ from emotional support animals because they usually work with a range of individuals, and the handler need not be a person with a disability. So then it goes on and on into, is it a dog? Is it a miniature horse? I mean, there's just so many, it's just so broad based. I mean, those are the basic, definitions, but it goes into all of these situations and this and that. And so, I mean, I kept reading and reading, I really was looking into this and there's quite a lot. Assistance animal owners in Massachusetts are not required to possess any certification or identification. Isn't that something? So, and then it talks about service animals in public places, government programs.
That's interesting, Lorraine,
So
because
there's a lot.
of stores, they have signs that it can only be a service animal.
Yes.
But basically, you're saying that any animal under any of those conditions could come in with the person.
There's quite a lot. It said this section is on service animals in public places and government programs. This is the situation people most often think of when they think of service animals. Grocery stores, doctor's offices, and restaurants are all considered public accommodations, places where the general public can go. Title III of the American with Disabilities Act applies in these situations. The local or state government situations, Title II of the ADA applies. So it just goes on and on with this. There's just so much on it, So I guess what you could do is go on Mass Office of Disability. And then I'm just wondering, where is it located on a local level regarding service animals and therapy pets and all that here in Bridgewater? Where would we find that? Who would have that? Is it in our charter, or where would that be at? Our local governance, probably, our ordinances or something like that, as far as therapy pets, in Bridgewater. I'm wondering how that works, So
You know
do
what,
you want me
Lorraine?
to explore that? Do you want me to explore that? How that works in
Okay.
Bridgewater?
I was going to volunteer, but that sounds good.
Yeah, I'll look into that to find out. you know, what rules and regulations apply here. Obviously, it must be the same that is under the Mass, you know, Mass Office of Disability, ADA, but I'm just wondering how they present it here in Bridgewater
Okay.
on a local level, you
Then
know?
what I'll do, I'll put that on our agenda for the next meeting for you to
Yes, yep,
discuss what the local information would be.
yep.
Just a couple last things. The next meeting will be Tuesday, August 25th at 2 p.m. Upcoming things we discussed, probably or possibly October 7th for the High Pond. And then we'll, for September, possibly have either the police chief or the fire chief come to discuss preparedness for winter and summer weather. Is there anything anyone would like to have on the agenda for September? Nothing specific?
Your audio's off.
You're on mute.
Hold on.
There you are.
David,
Yes.
did you get my email?
Actually, I wrote over here, Estelle brought up the town manager, Justin, discussed 100,000 for park improvement at Legion Field.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes. And I was concerned about that because that was not what we were planning that money for. We were planning that money for the base of the marathon
Marathon.
park.
Marathon Park, but we didn't get the money. What are they doing with Legion Park with the money?
Estelle, can I jump in?
Yeah,
Estelle, what I thought, no, because I was wondering if you would think that also. From what I gather, it sounded like the town manager said they're working to make that accessible to children, but that's Legion Field.
I
That
know,
has
that's
nothing
what
to
he
do with
said.
Marathon Park.
That's what she's
So
saying.
ours is Marathon Park that we're talking
Yeah,
about doing.
go.
something
I know,
like
I know.
Yeah,
I know
that's
that.
specific. Yeah.
But that was $100,000 that we were talking about.
But we never got approved for that. They got approved for Legion
Well,
Park.
I
for
think
that.
Gloria has to leave, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Guys,
Bye,
does.
Gloria.
I have to say goodbye now. I have to leave for the
No
appointment.
problem. Bye.
All right.
Good
Take
luck,
care.
Gloria.
Bye,
Thank you.
Gloria. We'll see you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Yep. Bye-bye. No, I think the grant he's talking about, Estelle, though, is a different grant. It is.
It is
We
a
haven't even
different grant.
submitted anything yet.
Right, we
You
have
know?
not.
We haven't
We
worked
never
on.
submitted it?
No, we
No,
haven't even
no, we
worked
have
on. We're
not.
working with CPC and the Parks and Rec.
Okay.
Division. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a different thing.
So, but thank you for bringing that up, Estelle.
Yes.
So that takes us up to the next meeting. Is there
Yeah.
anything anyone wanted to add to the meeting for August?
No, just that I think we should continue to keep that information on about us pursuing, where were we at? What was the next step as far as getting estimates for equipment or something like that?
No, we actually have to
Yeah.
do the work online to CPC. So you're
Yeah,
right.
that-
We do have to pursue that.
That's a bit of a monster. I don't,
But they said it's gotten easier, so we'll see.
yeah, okay.
Okay, well, that's all I have. So the next meeting, like I said, is Tuesday, August
August.
25th.
I'll be
I
here.
know I will be around. I'm leaving on Friday of that week for vacation.
Nice.
Is there anyone going to have an issue for that date? Nope.
Nope.
No.
No.
It's the day before my birthday, so I will be around.
Oh,
If it was on my birthday, that might be questionable.
Oh, yeah.
So wait a
I
minute,
don't- I
David,
don't-
I'm a little confused. Wait a minute. Hold
Okay.
on.
August 25th.
So we're meeting on the 25th?
August 25th.
August.
Of
Yep.
August.
Okay.
Is that's a Tuesday, correct? I believe.
Yep.
Yep, then
Okay.
that's it.
Yes.
All right.
That's it. Okay, anything else?
No, thank you, everybody.
Well,
Good.
thank you,
Very
everyone.
cool.
I appreciate everyone's time. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Yeah, you too, and
actually
have a great
enjoy the-
vacation.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the summer. It's going by too fast.
Oh,
Too
too
yeah.
fast.
quickly, yes.
Yep. Yep. Too
So,
fast.
a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Karen. Meeting is adjourned. Again, enjoy your day. Take care and thank you.
Have a
Okay,
good one.
take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.